This is the sort of list that is not meant for a lecture hall. It is meant for a pint in hand, a raised eyebrow, and the occasional surely not across the table. It is a rolling celebration of the things England has had a crack at over the centuries, from inventions, ideas, sports, rebellions, breakthroughs, and the odd moment of madness that somehow worked out rather well. Some of it is nailed on fact, some of it is debated, and some of it sits comfortably in that grey area of, well, we'll claim it anyway, but every bit of it is worth a chat, a laugh, or a deeper look if you fancy it, whether it is shaping how the world plays, thinks, governs, or just gets through a rainy afternoon. This list is about enjoying the stories, the pride, and the sheer curiosity of what has come out of this small, stubborn bit of island. So don't take it as gospel, take it as an invitation, question it, argue it, add to it, and above all, enjoy it. Sport and recreation. The formation of the Football Association and the first official football rules, the FA Cup. The oldest national football competition, the English Football League, the first league system, England winning the 1966 FIFA World Cup, the origins of rugby at rugby school, the laws of cricket, codified by Marylebone Cricket Club, England winning the 2019 Cricket World Cup, the invention of modern lawn tennis and Wimbledon, 1877, the Marquess of Queensberry rules in boxing, the development of modern horse racing institutions, including Royal Ascot, the evolution of rounders as a precursor to baseball, political, legal, and government foundations, the Magna Carta, establishing the principle that the ruler is subject to law, the Domesday Book as one of the earliest national administrative records, the development of common law as a lasting legal system, the jury system in legal trials, the emergence of Parliament as a governing institution, the model of the House of Commons and House of Lords, the principle that taxation requires consent through Parliament, the English Civil War shaping parliamentary sovereignty, the execution of a monarch as a statement of constitutional authority, the Glorious Revolution establishing constitutional monarchy, the Bill of Rights, 1689, the development of cabinet government and the office of Prime Minister, the Reform Acts, expanding democratic representation, the abolition of the slave trade, 1807, driven by English political movements, the origins of the trade union movement in England. The history of worker organization in England is a cornerstone of modern rights. This legacy is reflected in our ongoing work, such as the Labour government being silent as fuel costs surge toward £2 a litre, which demands the same spirit of advocacy seen in our past. Workers combining despite the Combination Acts, the repeal of the Combination Acts, 1824, the growth of friendly societies and early craft unions, the Tolpuddle Martyrs case, the formation of early national trade unions, the Chartist movement and mass working-class political demands, the expansion of trade unions during industrialization, the rise of new unionism among unskilled workers, the London Dock Strike, 1889, the creation of the Trades Union Congress, the development of labour representation in Parliament, the legal recognition of trade unions, the establishment of collective bargaining as standard practice, science, medicine, and intellectual breakthroughs, the laws of motion and gravity by Isaac Newton, the founding of the Royal Society, the discovery of blood circulation by William Harvey, the first vaccine by Edward Jenner, electromagnetism and induction by Michael Faraday, the theory of evolution by Charles Darwin, early computing theory by Charles Babbage, foundations of computer science by Alan Turing, DNA structure research contributions by Rosalind Franklin, engineering, industry and technology. The Industrial Revolution, beginning in England, the steam engine developed into industrial use in England, the factory system, textile mechanization, spinning jenny, water frame, power loom, the modern railway and locomotive system by George Stephenson, the railway network and signaling systems, the marine chronometer by John Harrison, the Bessemer, steel process by Henry Bessemer, the electric telegraph system in England, the penny black, the world's first postage stamp, the jet engine by Frank Whittle, the tank developed in England during World War I, radar development in England during World War II, the World Wide Web by Tim Berners-Lee, the ATM cash machine developed in England, society, institutions and public life, the founding of the University of Oxford and University of Cambridge, the university system, the public school system, Eton, Harrow, Winchester, the British Museum as the first national public museum, the modern postal system, the Metropolitan Police and policing by consent, urban sanitation and modern sewer systems, the National Health Service, 1948, the development of public libraries and education systems, culture, language and literature. The global influence of William Shakespeare, the King James Bible shaping English language and culture, the rise of the English novel, Defoe, Austen, Dickens and others. The development of modern journalism and newspapers, the standardization of the English language through print, the tradition of English theatre and performance, the development of children's literature and fantasy traditions, national development and historical turning points. To mention just a few, the Battle of Hastings and Norman transformation of England, the English Reformation and creation of the Church of England, the Great Fire of London and rebuilding of the capital, the Industrial Revolution, transforming society and economy, urbanization and the rise of modern cities, England's role as a command and industrial centre in World War I and World War II, the signing of the Magna Carta, the Peasants' Revolt challenging feudal authority, the Wars of the Roses reshaping the monarchy, the English Civil War and the challenge to royal authority, the Glorious Revolution establishing constitutional monarchy, the development and expansion of parliamentary democracy through the Reform Acts, the abolition of the slave trade in 1807, civilian resilience during World War II, post-war reconstruction, and the creation of the modern welfare state, everyday English life and traditions. The pub as a social institution, the parish system and local community structure, the village green and market town tradition, the allotment movement, the seaside holiday tradition, the railway travel culture, the high street as a commercial and social hub. In conclusion, Stephen Morris, General Secretary of the Workers of England Union, St. George's Day is about having a bit of pride, a bit of perspective, and a good bit of fun. Enjoy the history, question it, share it, and most importantly, just have a great St. George's Day. And while we are at it, let's all agree, it is time we did the obvious thing and made St. George's Day a bank holiday in England.